Happy little chives. Had a chive before, you can get them here in the woods, like such. Mmm. 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 It tastes so oniony.
Do you have to pick it from the root to get good stuff?
No, I don't pick it. I don't pick the root because it's all dirty. You don't have to worry about like taking all the chives in the forest. I don't know if you've ever seen these before. They make a really nice thing in your garden, like in your front of your house. They're called dandelions, and they're totally edible. This part is really good. It doesn't have a bitter flavor. The leaves, as you can recognize like dandelion greens, these are more bitter, but they have a lot of good minerals for a salad. So you can add them to a salad if you want. You also might recognize these. This looks familiar a lot of times in the woods. This is horehound. If you ever seen horehound candy, this is what they make horehound candy out of. It's in the mint family. The flavor is like, it's not very minty, but it's edible. So let's see. So I think these leaves aren't too strong. Sometimes the leaves are very strong. That's not bad. Actually, the stem's not bad too. This here is actually chickweed. This is also edible. We've been seeing some much bigger patches in the woods. Stellaria is the Italian name, the Latin name. And yeah, this is really good. This tastes a lot like lettuce. Like, but yeah, no, this stuff is pretty key. So the little pink flowers like this, these are spring beauties. The entire thing is edible. You can tell what they are a little bit from the flower, but I think it's like anything else. It's like a brand. You sort of get used to seeing the brand of spring beauty. But this is what it looks like when you pull it up. It tastes like sort of like a radish without the pepperiness. Sort of a similar size and color. And looking it up, this is some sort of rue anemone is actually the name of it, and this is actually highly toxic. So it's not obvious that this is a different one, but
it's spread out.
Yeah, this is spread out. Here's a spring beauty in comparison.
Yo, someone's firing off their BBs.
One thing that I see that's different here is the leaves. So like the spring beauty leaves are different. This looks like grass kind of, whereas here you don't have any sort of grass looking leaves on it. In fact, this is like a spring beauty right next to one of these rue anemones. So you do sort of have to be careful. So this is a garlic mustard. You see this a lot in the woods in this area. It is in the mustard family. It does taste something between garlic, mustard, and weeds. Is sort of what it tastes like. It's not bad. Sometimes the leaves are pretty strong. I think the main way that you can identify it is really the color. This is like a particular shade of green that you don't see that often, and the leaves are very, very clear identifier. Also, this is like the beginning of the flower, and it looks sort of like that right in the center. That's sort of another way you can tell. So this is the leaves are the part that I would eat here. I'm just gonna take them all. It's a weed, so I'm not worried about killing the plant off really. It's an invasive. The tiny yellow parts are how you identify that it's a mustard family. This is the garlic mustard. So the flowers have the little yellow stamens, pistils, and that's how you know that's mustard. This is common mugwort. This is something that it's pretty strong, but it's a good spice. It's a good spice, kind of.
Oh, it's kind of like a little like sage, maybe?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so like in small quantities. Lavender. But you can tell it has like a really bitter aftertaste. This is field pepperweed, also peppergrass. It's in the mustard family, and mustard family is basically always edible. You can tell it's mustard also by the leaves, but the flowers are the main giveaway for mustard. This whole plant is edible, and it's a little spicy because it's mustard family. So this is yarrow. A lot of times you'll see this as like a huge thing of white flowers, kind of like a huge thing. Yarrow has salicylic acid, which is the same thing as aspirin. So you could actually, if you didn't have aspirin, you could actually use this, make a tea, and have the same ingredients. This is edible. It's pretty strong flavor because it is medicinal, but it's not bad as like a seasoning.
There's a little bit of rosemary to it, I guess.
Yeah, but there's a bitterness to it.
Cleavers, they look like little leafy star anise.
Tastes like romaine, I would say. Yeah, you can tell they're cleavers because they like cleave to you. So it's edible, but you kind of want to like rub it and get the cleavingness off because you don't want it to cleave to your throat. It's not as good for a salad though because you have to do that. So these are violets.
Oh my gosh.
As you can tell, they're violet colored. These are edible. Sometimes you see them on like cakes and stuff. The leaves are also edible. Don't really have a taste. Yeah, it's pretty.